for someone new to IFS, what would higher consciousness say about describing the parts?
Okay. What do you want to say to this? Okay, their words are a part of me, a part of you. What are you saying with this? They're talking about describing your own parts. This is a part of me, and this is what I notice when I connect with this part of me. I'm aware of this sensation. I hear these three words in my mind. I get this emotion. I get this sense of something they're talking about like a sneaking suspicion from the heart. They're saying to describe your own parts, give an example or two. If they're ready for it, they will clue into that. They will connect to that. Something will register within them. And they're talking about they're talking about how this is one of the benefits to naming our parts to anyone, not just clients who are new to IFS, but in the general world. It's like there's something they're talking about this being normalized. When we're talking about our own parts, it kind of pulls back some of the weirdness, some of the stigma around it. Um, and they're kind of showing like they're showing people there are people that it's like something deeper in them knows that they need this and is ready for them, but the parts running the show on the surface don't have a clue. And and then it's like you speak for your parts, and all of a sudden there's something that just goes in or clicks or shifts or gives way or changes or something. There's just something that happens. It's like that deeper longing and looking for it is aware, but there's parts closer to the surface. Maybe some of these are running the show that see it presented in that way, and when they see it normalized, again, because they're really saying this word normalized, when they see that normalized, they're saying, oh, maybe this is normal for me too. And they're talking about like, wow, like it can relax some resistance in a non-forced way. Like it makes it safe for them to relax their own resistance around the idea of parts. And they're just calling it a gentle relaxation. And they're saying some systems are starving for this. They may not consciously be aware of it, but they are absolutely starving for this. And they're saying this is a great way to introduce it to them by showing them how you connect to your own parts, how you do it within yourself, and normalizing having parts. They're also talking about how there's they're showing me someone who once came up to me after I did a thing on IFS, and she was like, "Oh, that's really cool that you're personifying emotions." And they're talking about people who think it's just a personification of emotions or whatever it is. And 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 then it kind of people, they come in expecting that framework, expecting that lens. And by you normalizing it, by naming your own parts and what you're noticing within your own parts, it helps bring them in deeper than that. It helps pull them out of this this is this is just like I mean, it still is a framework, but they're talking about like people who see it as only a framework to pluck out emotions and get rid of them, or to process trauma, but they're not realizing that part of the depth of this model is the parts themselves and that beautiful loving connection between self and parts, and the valuing each individual part as its own unique being with its own full range personality and its own thoughts and opinions and expectations and desires and heart, like their own heart and their own self energy. Okay. Okay, they're pausing there.